Um, okay, thanks to EFCom, Oli, Arnulf, Federico. It's a pleasure, the previous presentator has done, Matea. It's a pleasure to meet again in person. It's been a tough 2 years of pandemic, but now hopefully it's over and we are back in business, and hopefully the Ukraine war is over soon, hopefully, and we can go back to normal standard business. Well, just indicate that we are specialized in artificial intelligence for factoring. This is our reason for existing. And let me just go through a brief presentation to introduce what we are proposing. So artificial intelligence in factoring for the Symposium of efcom 2022. Who is Tech4Fin? Tech4Fin is a small company specialized in software of artificial intelligence based in Barcelona. I'm an engineer myself, and the team is technology, so it's software engineers, telco engineers, and specialists in artificial intelligence. Indicate that we have been for more than 30 years working for the technology for banks. We have been supplying the industry with solutions for payment terminals, FTPOS, cards. We have been supplying telecommunication equipment and special artificial intelligence software. Okay. Bit about the business project. The main point is artificial intelligence, and this is what we have been doing for the last 15 years. Okay, 15 years in this world is an eternity. The world has changed a lot, but we already were doing artificial intelligence in those times. Okay, we were doing things like anti-money laundering. We were doing things like cash forecasting, fraud detection. So always based on pattern recognition. Basically, what we were doing was mapping in data, mathematically, the behavior of a certain fact or certain situation, embedding the criteria of an expert. So what an expert would do is what we mapped in the machine to react, and then we have to sense the reality to produce a system that can take decisions by itself in an optimal way. Well, we were spin-off in 2015 of Aplicaciones en Informática Avanzada. That was the company that we came from, and we met and we found a good synergy with Federico and Arnulf, and efcom became partner of Tech4Fin, and we have found ways to collaborate with each other. Okay. Okay. So, just a bit of reflection of why are we all talking about artificial intelligence? There is three things that change the scenario. So the internet, so the facility to communicate the computers, the digitalization of everything, so all what we can do now, music, images, videos, all data, you can have it in a digital format, and computing power. So these three factors make possible that artificial intelligence is really a useful tool available at many levels. For sure, neural networks, decision trees, pattern recognition, these are the elements that are below the artificial intelligence. And these are tools to extract the expert criteria in an interactive way, so that the system can learn directly, automatically from the behavior of the data. And then machine learning to do this in an efficient way. To put it in a brutal way, we can say that we can do a trench with a shovel, but with artificial intelligence, we can use a caterpillar. So we are handling amounts of data that are impossible to use at human level. But this is, let's say, this is not theoretical, this is practical. This is something that we have been doing in many sectors, electricity, in healthcare, in finance. But specifically, what we have done is we developed an engine to handle, with all this power, the most complicated part of the operations in factoring. That is the connection of payments to invoices. The payments that are received to the invoices. So, been said by operation directors that this is the key for a good service, is to be able to match quickly the invoices, the payments to the existing invoices. Why? Because there is little information. We have to take in consideration that every country has different legislations, there's different languages, there's different patterns, and this information cannot be treated. It's very easy when you have structured fields and that are using the same, let's say, concept to order them. But when you have several criteria and in coping with inexact information, that's not an easy game. It's not an easy game at all. There is the independency of debtors and payers versus the factors and clients. So everyone can do their own game. It's not a unique system. There is factoring organizations that are isolated, like was General Electric in the beginning, or for instance, I was talking with Eaton before, that they have their own systems. But normally the factor finances, clients and debtors are totally independent. So there is no relation. There can be a relation between the factor and the clients, but the debtors operate independently. So they are not linked into the system. And in some countries, the information that you can send in a payment is more limited than others. So the matching can be a problem. The situations that we are facing is 500,000 euros, 500,000 invoices, 1 million invoices, and you are receiving 400 payments, and you have to allocate them. Set by the operations directors, this matching is a nightmare. It's a very complex, because they cannot connect only using the criteria of the amount, because sometimes there is multiple invoices with the same amount. Sometimes one payment pays different amounts. So this is a complicated case. Can we connect the debtor, the beneficiary? Always the payer can be the debtor, but sometimes it's also the client that has received the money and pays himself. So the date is also not relevant. So the end of the day, what we have done is develop a tool that is efcom, that takes into consideration all these criteria, invoice number, the date, the beneficiary so beneficiary client and payer debtor, and all of them together in a balanced way propose a pre-matching. This is done in the early morning, at 6 in the morning. The system does all the calculations, and we've managed to reduce it. Before it was like, it took like 2 hours, and now it's taking 20 minutes. That does all the trials and then proposes a matching for every invoice that is received. What is the invoices that are prone to be paid, okay? Not only that, but 2 more things. It copes with inexact information on errors. if we take Matea Campa, if I ask a Spaniard to spell the name, they will spell it in one way. If it's an American, we'll spell it in another way. So there is typographic mistakes. When international, it happens, okay? And then also the system learns. So based on what is being confirmed, the system improves, and then the next day is performing in a more efficient way, okay? So this is what we are doing with FEM, okay? What are the main issues to solve when you are implementing a system of artificial intelligence? Okay, on the one side, integrating the financial environment. Financial environments are complicated. Firewalls, permits, types of applications that are allowed, they cut a lot of things. So integrating the financial environment is complicated. Data formats are also different. We have to unify formats and cope with different, communicate well, and also, last point, the data to test the system. This is something that is quite complex because due to privacy, we cannot use the data from a customer for another customer. We have to use, or either we use the own data of the customer, or we have to anonymize, and then things are not so clear, okay? In any case, you are welcome, if you want afterwards, we have a small demo. We can show you how it is done directly, and you can see, okay? But then, the one thing that is good when we are together with efcom is that we have a stable frame of data available, which for us is very useful. So we can guarantee that any of the existing efcom customers can use the artificial intelligence tool in a very easy way. This tool can be independent in middleware, receiving information from a host, or in the case of EF3, is integrated inside EF3 and providing the results directly into the human interface, okay? And also, we have implemented a historical learning tool. So this allows that when we implement a system today in an EF3 system, instead of having the baby grow and learn, we can give him a pill, and he will go to the university directly. So he will learn from the history that is accumulated in EF3 so that it will perform at high level from the day one, okay? And finally, just to finish, indicate that we are based in Barcelona, in Spain, and we have a very good relation with the Spanish Factoring Association, and we are doing annually one event with their support and their collaboration. And all the factoring world in Spain come to our meetings that we do together, Tech4Fin, efcom. And well, you are invited, if ever you have an interest in collaborating with the Spanish world, you are very welcome. Some of our customers, like BBVA, Bank of Sabadell, Kutxabank, or Eurofactor, are our customers, and they are very happy. We've done things in Chile with BCI, Banco de Chile. We have done tests here in Germany, and some already customers. And just to finish, say that operations directors love us, so they value what we propose. Thank you very much.
Thank you.